What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to our channel here at Vagabond Builds, and today we're bringing you another comparison video between two cars, and that to my right is the 2023 Chevrolet Suburban in the Z71 Trim, and we're going to be talking of comparing this one over to the 2023 Chevrolet Suburban in the highcountry trim. We're going to be talking about differences in exteriors, interiors, and specs. But before we do, this is not a sponsored video. So if you do appreciate our content and like our channel, please tap that like button, subscribe to our channel, because we truly appreciate your guys' support. Also, if you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us and we could talk details later. A special shout out and a thanks to Roseville Chevrolet for providing us these cars for this video. Now that's Roseville Chevrolet in the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California, okay? Now keep watching, stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping those MSRP stickers so you guys get an idea of exactly what comes on these cars and the price tag right on top. Now let's go ahead and start talking Chevrolet Suburban. So let's talk some specs between both these cars. Now, the only reason we popped one hood open is because you get a 6.2 liter V8 Ecotec engine inside these both Suburbans. Now, these are the exact engines in these exact cars. You do have different options like going diesel in these cars and the 5.3 and whatnot. I'm not going to get into it, but there's different options with regards to the engines. Okay, but this comes a 6.2 liter V8 Ecotec motor with 10-speed automatic transmission. And if anybody would like to know horsepower and torque, you get 355 horsepower, 383 pounds-feet of torque. A little bit about the MPG, 14 city, 18 highway, and a 16 combined with a 28-gallon gas tank size, everybody. Now, what do you guys think about these naturally aspirated V8 engines? I'm a big fan, and Americans just got the V8 down. Loving it. Grew up with these V8s. Beautiful, and they pack some power. So now let's go ahead and talk front end between the Z71 Trim to my right, and then you have the highcountry to my left. And what is different on front ends? Now, I would have to say completely different front end. The Z71, if you take a look at it, I wanted you guys to kind of point out, to see, is that it's more of an off-road kind of rugged look on the Z71 with kind of this shorter front end squished together. I wouldn't say it really squished, but the bumpers are different, the recovery hooks. You still get the bumper sensors and the cameras, the 360 all around. The tech is on both cars, but your grills are different. Your trims are different colors. The Chevy bow tie is different. This is black, and the other one is gold as normal. But overall, the front end, yes, the lighting is the same with your hazard daytime running lights. Your LED lighting system are the same. But I just want you guys to pay attention to this area here, the grille, and here with the black trim with the recovery hook area. Now, if we come over to the highcountry, a little bit more classier, kind of bougier feel. The grille, completely different in that metallic silver with that golden bow tie. And then again, you don't have that black here in this area, okay? Now, even these cuts here on the side are different. On the Z71, they're a little bit more kind of thinner on the vertical plane, okay? And bottom here, you get the metallic silver to where on the Z71, you have more of a kind of a off-road clearance here in the front to where the highcountry's kind of just drive me on the road. Let's be classy and luxurious, okay? Now, let's go over to the sides, but before we come over talk to the sides, the exterior paint colors are different. This is a Summit White, and this is a Pearl type paint. So if we come over to the side, let's talk ground clearance. Ground clearance on both is starting from a 8-inch ground clearance. Now, yes, they do have the air ride suspension on both, but for some length, width, and height dimensions, you get 226 inches on the length, 81 on the height, and 76 inches on the width, okay? So pretty much the size of the cars are similar, okay? Now, continuing forward with the rims, to my right, the Z71, again, more of an off-road terrain look with kind of a more rugged rim with the bicolor, with kind of the glossy gray machine surface silver. Now, what are they running on these tires? They're running the Goodyears, Wranglers, in a 275/60/20, okay? Air ride suspension, as mentioned. If we come over to the highcountry, they have that more kind of a classier chrome metallic silver look on the rim. And what are they running? They are running the Bridgestones. And what is the sub model on these? those are the Bridgestones, and it does not say, so I can't mention it to you guys. But 275, 50, 22, okay? So 2 inches bigger. You get more meat on the Z71 for the tire and less meat on the high country, okay? Let's go ahead and look at the brake calibers. If we come over to the brake calibers or the brake rotors and calibers, we see that the Z71 has an upgraded Brembo brake package on the Z71. I am a huge fan of the Brembo systems because it is just a way better stopping or braking system on these cars. Now, continuing forward, Z71 trim, high country trim, Suburban in the black and the chrome. Both come with the integrated lighting, camera systems under the lights with blind spot assist. The running boards here on the right and the left. The high country has the electric running board and it kind of tucks in, giving it more of a simple minimalist look on the side. As that closes, check that out, to where, again, you have to remember this will kind of cut away from your ground clearance on this just stable running board here, giving it, again, that off-road look. Keyless fob entry, you can lock those by the buttons. The trim around the cars, remember, high country chrome, and then you have the black gloss trim with the roof rails in their own colors. Moving forward to the rear end. So now rear ends. Now overall, pretty much similar, but you have the different color trim, bezels. Okay, this is chrome with that golden bow tie. As mentioned, the Suburban is in the chrome, and on the bumper itself comes chrome. But you get the bumper sensors, the camera right over the license plate, the tow cap with the dual tip exhaust on each side. LED rear tail light lighting with a signal light halogen and a backup light in the halogen, okay? The glass, both glass, you can pop on both, that same look. Drop that, and you open up the tailgate from here, okay? Integrated brake light system inside the spoiler. Let's go ahead and pop these open. Now, if you come over to the Z71, like I mentioned, the black bow tie, black trim, black Suburban, and then you have the black trim right there on the bumper. Again, remember I said when properly equipped, up to 80 to 100 pounds of towing capacity. Pop that, same thing, okay? Just want to show you guys that, and then go ahead and pop. Now, the bells and whistles with regards to the tech inside, pretty much similar, okay? If we go ahead and talk cargo area, now cargo area on both is pretty much similar. Now, if we're to talk how much in cubic feet, 41 cubic feet of cargo area with that third row up. Now, if we're to drop the third row and the second row, you get a full whopping 144 cubic feet of space inside these apartments on wheels, because that's what they pretty much are. But that is a lot of room that you can fit a lot of stuff in. Maybe you're heading camping, maybe you're going to the mountain for, you know, snow skiing or whatnot. You got the four-wheel drive system. You can do that. Fit dishwashers, whatever. I can attest for that because I've done it before. But here on the right, you have your controls for your second row seating and third row seating. These are electric controlled. All right, let's go ahead and show you that. There you go. And you can do this on both high country and Z71, okay? These are the bells and whistles that you get in together. And then you have the inverters on the right next to that little control unit, okay? Tie downs on the right and left. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's under the mat. You got some more personal space, and you have your spare tire on the Suburbans, okay? Let's go ahead and close these. Take a look real quick in the high country and what it looks like. Again, not much different, third row seating down. Then you have the captain chairs on the second row and the same exact setup with regards to the control unit, all right? Now let's go ahead, that we're done talking about specs, exterior differences, and the cargo. Let's go ahead and jump interior. So now sitting inside the trim of the high country. Now everybody, I'd like to just kind of give you some advice. They say the high country's a bit higher trim, or the highest trim. Now, there's not much difference, but right off the bat, I want to kind of show you guys the differences. You get a heads-up display, okay? That is something that is very convenient in the high country that you don't get in the Z71. With its controls, your controls are right here, to where the Z71 just has a little pocket there for personal belongings and things of that sort. Also, the high country comes with that bronze chrome, okay? Kind of, you see that on the outside of the car. Also in the inside, bringing it together, very uniform, to where the Z71, it is a kind of a silver gray trim, okay? That's something different. Now also the seating, let's talk seats. High Country, you get the cooled seats, the perforated leather, and the embroidered High Country emblem up top on your headrest, right? That's pretty much the difference. Along with that High Country aluminum door sill plate that you don't get in the Z71, all right? So that's pretty much the main differences from High Country to Z71 on the interior side. You do get the panoramic glass to the sunroof all the way over to the second seat. Bells and whistles with 360 camera, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Google Assistant, full digital driver cockpit cluster. That's literally, I'm naming just similarities. With regards to your tech, like I mentioned, lane assist, you have your traction control, parking sensor button, hill decline assist, your braking, your trailer brake system in both Z71 and the High Country here on the left, along with your modes. You have the same exact driving modes if you wanted to go off-road, drive normal, sport, and then you got your four-wheel drive system with your light knob, okay? Control unit, door panels, pretty much the same. Bose premium sound in the Z71 and the High Country with your control units for your side mirrors and all that good stuff. Both come with the wireless charging pad, Z71, USB-C, USB-A with the 12-volt outlet, okay? Your climate controls, similar. The only thing that is different is the cooled ventilated seats. Remember, you have the little vent there, okay? That you don't get in that Z71. But the buttons are pretty much similar. The toggle switch here, similar. Cup holders, some personal pocket space, and you can electrically move these center consoles back, which is very cool. And you know that's a stamp for Chevrolet or GM, let's say, in their Suburbans. Let's go ahead and close that back up. You could also control from this top panel here. You can control a lot. You can control the seating from these buttons. You could drop those back seats, tilt slide, sunroof option, and also the visor is electric controlled, okay? So pretty much done with the front side of this High Country interior. Let's go ahead and show you second and third row. So second row seating inside the Suburban High Country, and pretty much what's different right off the bat. Now, again, the seats, the perforated leather look with that trim going around, that's different. It's same look coming in from the front to the back, from the Z71 to the High Country. Also, the USB-C plugins, right next to them, you'll have two HDMI ports, which lets us know that on the Z71, you have the screens in the back. Now, on the High Country, you don't get that option. No HDMI and no screens inside this High Country, all right? You get the heated seats in both, so Z71 and High Country comes heated with the inverter here in the back. So if you wanna bring like an air fryer, hair straightener, hair blower, or blow dryer, I guess that's what they're called. You can bring whatever you want, maybe cook some zucchini with that air fryer. I have no idea why you would do that, but okay. That is pretty much, you can control these seats multiple ways. You have two levers on the right and the left to go back and forth and then drop this seat just like this. And if you wanted to bunny hop that seat forward, you would just pop that up, giving you so much access and room here to the third row, okay? Now I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. I'm not even gonna do a space test on the second row because there's a whole lot of room on the second row. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like for a space test on the third row, right? Now remember, 6 feet 2 inches. This is what it looks like. Maybe I want to go back, and then we want to, let's say, drop this seat back, kind of put it in like a standard position. Now look, I'm 6 feet 2 inches. I got about 1 or 2 inches in between that second row seat and the back. One thing I do like is that in the High Country, they did not simplify the third row. They kept that same very classy and rich perforated leather with the High Country theme to it, okay? So very nice, because a lot of times third row seats will be simplified, no perforated leather and no trim, just kind of like a bare black leather or whatnot. On the right and the left, you get the USB-C plugins in the High Country, okay, cup holders and personal pocket space. And then in front of you, as a third row seater, you have these buttons, right and left. And these buttons are to drop these seats and to pick them up, and it literally bunny hops it forward electrically, making it so much more convenient to get in and out of the Suburban. Now that we're pretty much done with showing you guys what the High Country looks like, let's go ahead and jump over to the Z71 Trim. Now inside the Z71 and what is different in comparison to the High Country, let's go ahead and show you guys. No heads-up display. Yes, you do have the crash warning light, but it's not heads-up display. So you do not have the heads-up display controls, but you kind of have like a little slit cover for, I have no idea what, maybe a credit card or something. So, and then you have the gray trim around, okay? That is different, that the High Country comes with their bronze. And then no ventilated seats, okay? No ventilated seats, no perforated leather, no different color on the leather, it's just completely black. And then no embroidery, all right? And also, let's go to the door sill plate. You just get Chevrolet on the Z71 to where the High Country literally stipulates that you have the High Country. On the back row seating, again, we're gonna shoot over to the back row seating and show you guys real quick the screen difference and the HDMI plugins. Let's go ahead and do that. But overall, similarities in the rest is pretty much the same, okay? Forgot to show you guys that little personal pocket space. Check out our other videos for a more in-depth review of the Suburbans, okay? Let's go ahead and shoot over to the second row seating. So second row seating, and what's different, as mentioned, the HDMI plugins, okay? And then we come up to the screens here, so you can keep your people busy. And look, you get the Hulu, the YouTube Kids, all that good stuff. You can hook up to your HDMI and play videos. That is very convenient. But the leather does look the same and all that good stuff with regards to the controls are similar and all that. So we're pretty much done. I'm not gonna jump into the third row seating because of the sake of time of video. We don't wanna make it too long, so you guys continue watching. But we appreciate your guys' watch here at Vagabond Builds. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, leave in the comment section below. We truly appreciate you guys supporting our channel. Tap like, subscribe one more time, and stay tuned, keep watching. As promised, we're dropping the MSRP stickers. Here's the MSRP sticker to the High Country and the price tag on top. And then here's the MSRP sticker to the Z71 with price tag on top. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you.